Welcome to Bridge Street. I'm Jim Teskey. Thanks for tuning in this morning. I'm alongside Sistina Giordano. You shouldn't have mentioned food before the show because you got me all fired up now because you were talking about your husband's sandwich that he makes for football.
I know. Just before we went on the air.
That's not the thing you want to mention to me before the show gets going.
Mr. Tim Teskey, a.k.a. the token foodie of Bridge Street. No, I was saying to you just before we came on the air, I wonder if Andrew's going to make his token sandwich. I think it's called the fritter. I don't know. He made it up. But we're going to talk about football a little later. So that's what we were talking about this
So that's how we
morning.
got started. How you doing, though?
I'm good. It's almost Friday. I can't believe it.
Almost
it's like
Friday.
you blink and, Thursday.
Well, it's a short week. It's a Labor Day.
Right.
So that makes the week that much shorter.
But yeah, I think it's, just another day. That's kind of
Just
how I feel like today. Just another day in paradise.
One day closer to Friday.
One day closer to Friday. How are you today?
It's one day closer to Friday. That's what I'll say. No, it's going well. It's going well today.
Good.
The weather's nice and quiet. Whenever the weather's quiet, I'm in a good mood.
I will say this yesterday. So my mother-in-law was watching the baby, and she comes to the house and then we leave, and she said you were on television, and she looks at me and she says, "Don't you ever feel bad for Jim Teskey? He's been up for hours already." And I said, "No, it's part of his gig,
But that's where you're supposed to say, "Yeah, I do feel sorry." As a co-host, you should be saying.
No, I do feel sorry for you, but I mean, you know what you got yourself.
But I'm done at 11 o'clock.
Yeah,
so I'm walking out of the door, and you got half your day.
I know, you're still going, so
anyway. It all evens out.
It does.
Don't feel sorry for me, please.
Yeah. We love what we do. So,
yes, exactly.
Yeah. Anyway, well, I think we should bring in our panelists here this morning. Well, joining us this morning, a friendly face here on the sofa is our own Kate Thornton. Good morning.
Good morning.
And Jeff Knaus, new face to Bridge Street. He's the CNY Sales and Marketing Executive. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you guys?
Good, how are you?
Excited to be here.
Well, we're happy that you're here. And you're here, Jeff, because you have an event coming up at the Landmark. So why don't you tell us a little bit about it?
Okay. So the Central New York Sales and Marketing Executives is putting on the first annual Fall TV Preview Show. It's going to be amazing. We're really, really excited for it. It's at the Landmark, like you said.
It's a great venue.
The best venue in Syracuse.
I think it's underrated.
It totally is.
Yeah.
Not enough people know about the Landmark by far. So we're going to have a great venue. We're going to bring in catering from Small Plates. Have you guys been there at Armory Square for Small Plates?
I haven't been there either. I know. It's it's on my list.
It's so good. It's so good. Well, you can try it when you come out to the
There we go.
show on next Wednesday. So basically what we're doing is we're having all the attendees and we're giving them a sneak peek, first look at all the new shows that are coming up on all the networks in Central New York. So 9WSYR, all the great ABC programming that's coming up this fall is going to be highlighted there. NBC3, CBS5, CW6, My43, and Fox 68 will all be highlighted and all the great programming. So what's really cool is that a lot of the content you'll see there, you're only going to see at this event.
So it's great for a TV junkie that's
That's
looking
right.
forward to all the new shows.
Exactly. If you love TV, you have to be at this event.
Now, are there any sort of standouts that you think? Have you seen anything, or?
So my favorite reboot is the new Dark Knights. I love the new Dark Knight movies by Christopher Nolan.
Yeah.
And there's a new show called Gotham that's coming up that I'm pretty excited
I've heard of
about.
that. I'm a Batman and the Superman
So
fan.
you're weird like me. That's
Yeah. So when I saw that, I was like,
nice.
oh, that actually looks really awesome.
Yeah,
I was
right?
a huge Smallville fan back in the day, so I saw that. I was like,
Kindred spirits.
that looks
Yeah. See, I don't think that's
Clearly.
weird. I don't think that's weird at all.
all right. This is the
Who
nerd
doesn't
couch,
love it?
so-
No, but who doesn't love it? I mean, I think those new Batman movies are pretty incredible. So I
They're
think,
solid.
yeah, that's not nerdy at all. That's cool. It's totally.
I feel cool. Thank you. You just
yeah.
validated my opinion. And the best part about the whole event will be that all the proceeds of the night will actually go to giving scholarships to area students that want to pursue sales and marketing field. So,
great.
and when they want to get into sales and marketing, I am in the sales and marketing field, and I really didn't know much about it as a career before I left high school or even college. And then I got into it, and I loved it. I embraced it. So that's what the organization's all about, and it's going to a good cause. We're not for-profit organization. So.
And just a reminder, it's next Thursday.
Next Wednesday.
Next Wednesday.
Yeah.
September 10th.
And for more info, you can visit cnysme.org.
Okay, that's right.
Awesome.
And, speaking of TV, a big announcement this morning.
Yes.
The 19th season of Dancing with the Stars. Perhaps you saw it on Good Morning America. If not, we're going to bring you up to speed here. And to be honest, I think everyone on the panel today was kind of scratching their heads because you don't it's hard to recognize some of these people.
I only knew a few.
Yeah, I only knew a handful.
I knew Alfonso. It's not unusual to be. He does that funny dance from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Carlton.
How can you not know, right?
The man.
And I knew Antonio Salvato Jr. because he was on General Hospital, which is my soap opera, even though I wasn't allowed to watch it as a kid. And Calvin, he was the Calvin Klein underwear model. I'm almost positive. Yeah,
Okay.
he's a really good-looking guy.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
And I was familiar because I go before you guys, but Leah Thompson from Back to the Future.
Yeah, well, we know that
Okay,
too.
well,
Yeah.
that was 30 years ago.
I know, still.
But she was the mother
Yes.
in that film.
And, well, Betsy Johnson, and she has a local
Yeah.
tie because she is an SU alum. Great designer. I love all of her stuff, and we have a little soundbite of her right now.
In my senior year, went with the quarterback. I loved Syracuse.
You told me that you had an orange beehive, and when it would rain, it would all drip down your uniform.
I didn't say orange, did I? I said kind of like auburn.
I remember
Yeah,
orange.
but I was a cheerleader.
It was a
and one day it
Syracuse
rained,
story that she told
and my
me, so
hair
I don't know.
literally, in the rain, the color melted off. And it was like,
I remember it being a
Having to-
Syracuse story, so we can just stick with that.
She's a funny lady.
I'm interested to see
Just
that
gonna
know,
say
right?
that.
And
Jim.
she's known for doing like
Hilarious.
cartwheels on the runway, like after her shows. So they said, you know, she's gonna have a leg up because she can do cartwheels. She's 72 years old though. I think that's, you know, right? I don't think so either. So kudos to her. I'll be watching. I usually watch them.
Interesting, man. I'll just throw in Lolo Jones, Olympian.
Yeah, I see. I
Always go with the athlete.
Yeah.
They always tend to do very well.
They're driven, you know.
Yeah. So
They're
that's
used to the long hours of practice. And
It's true.
seriously.
the regimen of
Yes,
practice and
yes.
everything. That's starts September 15th, a week from Monday here on ABC.
Well, and something that I'm really excited to talk about because football starts tonight, and I was
Are
not
you ready
always.
for some football?
I think we are. I was not always a fan, but I married into it, and I learned really quickly to love the game of football.
Specifically the Giants.
Yes, my husband's a huge Giants fan. Our basement is actually New York Giant blue. I'm not even kidding.
No, trust me, I know you. I haven't been there, but
I tell the
totally
truth. I
believe
only
you.
speak the truth. But this is interesting because Brooklyn Decker, I don't know if you all know her, she's an actress model. She was walking around the Wall Street yesterday handing out long stem roses with a little tag. And she announced a new holiday called Football-Valentine's Day to thank loved ones left behind when the football season starts. And you can actually participate, and they're saying to celebrate this holiday, which is on Saturday, September 6th, fans can enroll at visacheckout.com/flowers by Friday, September 5th, and you can place an order for 18 free Football-Valentine's Day roses. All you have to pay is shipping and tax.
That's
So,
interesting.
husbands
Hint,
or
hint.
wives.
Hint, hint, wink, wink. Big hint, hint, wink, wink. I mean, I married into it also. You know, my husband's sports reporters, and he's all about Detroit Lions. So every Sunday, I just.
Everything comes to a halt.
Oh
with
yes,
Lions
we
around.
got the. You know, you have to have the Lions game on. Got to track the fantasy. Got to have whatever's on the red zone. It's.
So you're going to have a little because the Lions play
Oh,
the Giants
yes,
on
that's
Monday.
right.
No, we'll
So
have to
right.
see. We'll have to see. See, and I'm from I probably should be rooting for the Lions because I'm from a small town
just
on the
over
border of Michigan. But
But you're closer to Green Bay. aren't
my
you,
brother's a
technically?
Green Bay.
Sault Ste. Marie, Canada, probably as the crow flies.
Yeah, see, this is what happens when you grow up in a Canadian house when there's no real, there's only the Canadian football. My father's a Bears fan, my brother's a Packers fan, my older brother's a Vikings fan,
Yeah.
my sister's a Ravens fan, and I'm a Giants fan.
Oh my God,
Take that all in.
It's crazy.
that's confusing.
Yeah.
Well, I would actually probably need the flowers for myself. I'm a Bills fan, so that's depressing enough as it is. Honest, I know.
That is.
Don't feel too bad for me.
Maybe someday. Although the Giants aren't
That's what we
supposed
say
to be.
every year.
The Giants aren't supposed to be that great either, so
Everyone
don't worry.
today is starting out 0-0.
Yeah, every
know.
month it happens.
You never
somehow.
know. You never know.
We don't.
Yeah. So there
Well,
you go.
Jeff and Kate, thanks for being on the panel this morning.
Thanks for having us.
No problem. And coming up on today's show, this weekend is the Irish Festival here in Syracuse, and we're lucky enough to enjoy some of the entertainment right here in the studio coming up in a few minutes.
And we're cooking with Mohegan Manor this morning.
And as I mentioned earlier, we're adding some sass to back-to-school lunches with fun totes and cool
I love that
contraptions.
you say that, Jim. But first, taking action against hunger. With 1 in 6 people uncertain about whether their next meal, where it will come from, it's time for us all to step up to the plate and see what you can do. That's all coming up next.